Hey guys, welcome to this next YouTube video. Today we're going to talk about the correct stroke length ratio for when you're putting and a little bit about stroke lengths to help you with your distance control. Let's get into the video. So when discussing the stroke length ratio, we're talking about the difference between the backstroke and the forward stroke. Okay, we want to try and make sure that the backstroke and the forward stroke is very similar in length. Ideally 50-50, so we want 50% on the way back, 50% on the way through. If you get either too heavy on the forward stroke or too heavy on the backstroke, then there can be some complications, not only with start line, but also with distance control. So when we're talking about the stroke, we obviously want to ensure that from our start point, the backstroke is the same length as the forward stroke. Okay, we want to ensure that we've got a 50-50 stroke length when we're putting. Let's say for a 3-foot putt, obviously our stroke length overall is going to be short, so it will be 50-50. Let's say we've got a 60-foot putt, we're going to be 50%, 50%. So you can see we're always going to be 50-50 or thereabouts 50-50 on our stroke length ratio. And this would be the best way that I recommend you to putt in order to have good distance control. Let's say you're someone that has a short to a long stroke. When you come to get to 40, 50, 60 feet putts, you might find that you're leaving it short most of the time. And that's probably going to be because the backstroke ratio is too short, because only 25 to 30% of your stroke is made up of the backstroke. So you're not building up nowhere near enough power that you need for the putt, and you're putting it all into the forward stroke. Vice versa, if you're too heavy on the backstroke, let's say 60 to 70% of your strokes in the backstroke compared to only 20 to 30% of the forward stroke, then again, you could end up sending it too far. Because if your backstroke is too top heavy, then you may find that you're sending the putts too long, because that's gonna turn it into quite a jabby stroke if you're going from long to short. So you can see how if you're short to long or long to short, you can have complications with distance control. Another complication which may come with having a stroke length ratio that's not exactly 50-50 is what I see with most people is if you have a short to a long stroke, because all the acceleration is happening through the ball, that actually can cause your head to fall back through impact, which can then cause your body to open up, which can actually cause a push. Vice versa, if you're someone that has a long backstroke to a short forward stroke, that can then actually cause you to sway into the ball, which can then cause a pull. So that's where the start line issues can start to come in. Whereas if you keep everything 50-50 from backstroke to forward stroke, then you're not going to be top heavy either way, which should allow you to stay far more stable throughout your whole stroke, 50 to 50. And if you can have a nice balanced stroke in terms of 50% backstroke, 50% forward stroke, and if you can keep your head stable, that's going to give you the best opportunity to start the ball on line, because you're always going to be coming back to this center point. Your head's always going to be staying still, which is going to stop any complications with either pushing it out here or pulling it when you're doing this. And also when it comes to distance control, with a 50-50 stroke, you can then judge how far you want to take the putter back on how long the putt is. So let's say you have a 3-foot putt, you'll take it to here, maybe 10 foot, 15 foot, 20 foot, 60 feet. Okay, so then you can judge the length of putt on the length of your backstroke. Then all you've got to do is get to where you feel is necessary and then slowly come through to that exact point. So it's far easier to measure. So what I'd recommend doing is when you're next on the practice green and you've got a certain length putt, try to judge how far the putt is on the length of the backstroke. So bring the backstroke back as far as you feel like you need for the desired putt. Then from there, try and match that backstroke with the correct forward stroke. And if you practice that 50-50 stroke length, then your timing should start to improve and start to adapt to the stroke length. And the more you practice the stroke length and the stroke timing, the better putter you're going to be.